Hey guys, James from Social Coach here to wish you Happy New Year. As you know, New Year's Eve is the easiest time of the year to go out and meet tons of beautiful new girls, get numbers, get dates, and to get laid. So I've made a video to help you do that. And one of the special things about New Year's, if you go out this New Year's and you get a few numbers and you bring home and sleep with a girl, you know, way hotter than most of the other girls you've slept with in your life, that's going to turbocharge your confidence with women for the start of 2014. So this video, I'm going to give you 5 things. I'm going to teach you tailored, custom tailored for New Year's Eve, how to approach girls and smoothly and confidently, how to start a conversation and build a connection, how to get numbers and how to get dates, how to work out which girls are actually able to be taken home that night through some logistics that I'll give you from our boot camps, and finally, if you do have that girl and the logistics work out, how to take her home on New Year's, which even though you've got the girl, it can be a little bit more tricky than you might think. Point 1, the opener. So, quiz question, what do you think the opener is going to be? Happy New Year! And the incredible thing about this on this very special night, I don't know if any of you have read the book by Robert Cialdini, I probably pronounced it wrong, Influence. There's this thing amongst humans called the Law of Reciprocity. If you walk up to a girl and give her a Steve Irwin powered Happy New Year, the Law of Reciprocity makes her want to answer. So she'll say, oh, Happy New Year to you too. That's your moment to strike, where you go, hey, how you doing? I'm James. And then again, Law of Reciprocity, she'll want to go, hey, how you doing? I'm Tanya. Again, you strike again, you go, so Tanya, tell me what was the best thing that happened to you in 2013? Or maybe you say, so Tanya, tell me about the most fun thing you did in 2013. And again, Law of Reciprocity, plus the fact she'll feel like an absolute dill if she doesn't come back with you, or like a manic depressive if she doesn't come back to you with something that's at least pretty fun. For my boot camp clients, I want you to go a step further. As you remember from the boot camp, how you use touch, rapport touch, seductive touch, and eye contact and conversation skills, using the big 3 skills, touch, eye contact, conversation skills together. I want you to do that as I taught you, but on New Year's Eve, I want you to really push it forward very quickly. And again, to the boot camp graduates, listen very carefully for free information. So don't just be a whole bunch of energy. Actually listen and try to actually connect with the girl. Tip number 2 for meeting lots of great girls and getting laid on New Year's: conversation. It's New Year's. What do you think you should start your conversation with? Ta-da! How about, so Tanya, tell me your New Year's resolution. So the idea is, in the approach, you asked a question, something along the lines of, what was the most fun thing you did in 2013? Now you want to sort of actually find out a bit more about her, maybe find out about what she plans for the year. Some other questions you might consider asking, so Tanya, what are you most looking forward to in 2014? What's the best thing you got planned for 2014? Notice how I'm just sort of asking the same question over and over again, but in a slightly different way to keep it fresh. Or, so Tanya, let's say you win Lotto in January. Where do you dream of traveling to in 2014? Something silly like that. And the most fun you had in 2013 is also a good one. What were you grateful for in 2013? So really powerful questions to actually get a good conversation going. And for any of you like me who most like dating really hot girls with a brain in their head, a good question might be to ask something like, so Tanya, tell me what was the best book you read in 2013? I'll certainly be using that one. And that's really going to help you sift through the wheat from the chaff in a bar, so to speak. There might be a lot of hot girls who aren't particularly bright, but particularly on New Year's, there will be a few much more enlightened, intelligent girls. Huge, enormous tip. I don't even know why I'm giving this out in a free video, but here goes, it's New Year's. You know, there'll be a lot of girls out in New Year's who have boyfriends. How do you smoothly find out if they've got a boyfriend or not? why not ask a question like this? So, Tanya, did you manage to meet your dream guy in 2013? Why is that so clever? So you're going about it in a really jovial, light-hearted way. So did you meet your dream guy? Did you meet your Prince Charming? And sort of being funny about it. But she's almost certainly going to answer it, and that's going to tell you whether she's with someone really special or not. And if she's not, guess what? It's your turn to be her dream guy for New Year's Eve 2014. Now, New Year's is such a special night of the year. If you do steps 1, opening, steps 2, conversation well, you should seriously be able to get, between 6 and 10:30, you should be able to get at least 4 or 5 numbers. And I'd hope that, 3 or 4 of those actually turn into dates if you do what I've told you and actually find out about the girls and listen well. And for the guys who've done my boot camp, dude, you should be looking to 6 to 6:30, meet a girl, get a number. You should be getting 1 every half hour. You should be able to, for the boot camp graduates, you should be able to run through New Year's and you should be able to get maybe 8 solid numbers where you meet 3 or 4 girls, boring, and you talk to one for 20 minutes. Get a number, connect with her. Again, for the boot camp graduates, don't just get a number, that's silly. Sell her the date plan we worked out on the Sunday of the boot camp. As I said, you should easily be able to get 5 dates from New Year's that you can line up in the week after according to your date plan. So the clock has struck 10:30 and we move on to point 4, the very, very special subject of logistics. This is going to help you work out who is up for sex tonight. Very, very, very important thing to know on New Year's, because there'll be a lot of girls who hug you, kiss you, hold your hand, whatever, but you want to know who's actually a prospect to take home. So you've got to ask her a whole series of questions, which we covered on the Friday of your boot camp to students, but some of them would include things like, who's she here with? And you want to find out sort of her relationship with the people she's there with. Obviously, if she's out with the sister of her ex-boyfriend she just dumped in December, it's going to be a bit hard to hit on her in front of the sister unless she's a real bitch. You want to find out how's she getting home. If I can use Sydney as an example, if you live in Bondi and she lives in Manly, that's going to be a pretty tough New Year's Eve lay compared to a girl who lives in Bondi. You live in Bondi and the girl lives in Bronte, for instance, the next suburb up. Very, very important to find out that stuff, because you don't want to, as most guys do, you spend 45, 50 minutes of this very important night pitching for a girl where it's probably not going to happen. You want to find out what she's doing tomorrow. Some girls may have important plans tomorrow. Some girls go to the races. Some girls have a family thing on. If she's up at, 8 a.m. to get ready for a day at the races, get her number, build rapport, move on. Yeah, so very, very important things to find out. Point 5, the one you've all been waiting for, how to turn this into sex. So you're in a fun, flirty, sexual conversation. You're touching her, she's touching you. Maybe you've had a New Year's kiss, but you want to actually take it back to the bedroom. I need to reiterate, the most important thing in this equation is making sure they've done the logistics correctly. So what I'm going to tell you now is of little or no use if you haven't handled point 4 correctly, but assuming you've done that, and those guys who've done the boot camp, review your notes, you've got to get logistics right. What you need to do is maybe start asking her some sexy questions. Find out a bit about her and what sort of person she is and hobbies, interests first, but once you've done that, and as I said, New Year's Eve, you can move really quickly. What was your favorite sex position? What's the longest you've ever had sex for? Have you ever made out with a girl? Have you ever had a threesome? Describe the best sex you had last year. Ask about, the greatest lover that she's ever had. Maybe ask, was he a Brazilian or something? Oh, he's a white guy. Wow, unbelievable. So what did he do that was so good? So these are incredible questions for any night of the year, by the way, when you've got a girl that you know is really into you. And while you're doing this, touch, eye contact like crazy. Boot camp graduates, if you remember the Sunday in the room with Rebecca, we were teaching you how to get laid in a bar or a party. You want to run through what Rebecca did with you on the Sunday, you know, pretty much with every girl you meet and start a good conversation with, because that will get you laid so easily on this night of the year. So there you have it, an awesome 5-step process to meet lots of girls, get lots of numbers and get lots of dates, and hopefully get laid on New Year's and get your confidence going through the roof starting out into the new year. So I hope you got a lot out of that. If you are going out tonight, which most of you are, I would suggest that you might watch this thing twice and maybe even take some key notes about what you're actually going to go out and apply. Do this stuff and hope you have an awesome New Year's, and my very, very best wishes for your luck with women in the new year. Ciao and Happy New Year!